show our appreciation and give you honor because that's where it's due. We wanted to just truly show our hearts like this. Yes. This is our heart for you, PD and Sister Eunah.
Boo boo. Boo boo.
Okay.
Boo 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 boo.
Yeah. Okay. Peace.
Bye.
Enjoy the video.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Daniel. Hello, Eunah. Hello, Pastor David. Hello.
There was one time, I think it's a favorite memory, we were at IHOP and it was just me, I think Daniel, a couple of the other guys, and PD and his son and Tavil, and he was telling us stories about his old days when he used to live in Korea. And I always love when David Hyung, whenever you tell stories from the old days, because it's just so funny and we always have a good time. And I think that's what makes you so special, is that you can just relate to us and you can always just keep it real. So that was one of my favorite times, for sure.
For PD, I would just have to say whenever we went to that conference, just having him sleep on the floor instead of and giving up his bed. Like the reason why that's my favorite is because that shows his heart. You know, just the fact that, you know, I know he said that he'd like to sleep on the back and help some support, but the fact that I'm pretty sure everyone loved to be on the bed. You know, so that's my favorite memory of that.
With Sister Eunah, my favorite memory has to be I don't know, every Sunday when she's just so happy and welcoming me. She makes us feel like every time it's been like forever since you last saw her, and she's just so happy to see you. That's my favorite memory every Sunday.
My favorite memory of Sister Eunah is when I first came. Like, she immediately started asking me if I knew God, and she would text me and make sure that, you know, I was doing good, and she was really being accountable for me and not just leaving me and I'll see you later.
My favorite memory of PD, even though for me it wasn't fun, but during my first mission with PD, we went to Mexico with LGMC. We had a long layover at the airport, and I whipped out my air mattress and I was sleeping there. And when it was time to go, PD woke me up by jumping on one end and making me fly in the air, and I woke up in the air.
One time, like, Sister Eunah and we were talking about like our husbands and stuff, and just like, oh yeah, like, you know, just like praising them, how they're such good guys and stuff. And all of a sudden we just see PD like flashing his car lights, like, oh, look at me, look at me. And then she's like, yeah.
My favorite memory of PD and Sister Eunah is when they opened up their house for the Super Bowl. Like every time they opened the house for the Super Bowl, you know, they're always so open about letting us into their house, and it's just always a good time when we go there.
When I went to Ecuador with PD and the team that went 2 years ago, we played musical chairs?
Oh, yeah!
And the last 2 or 3 people was me, PD, and maybe somebody else. I think it was just maybe me and PD. I got on the chair first, but PD came on, and then all of a sudden, like, everything was like upside down. The chair exploded, and PD's feet was in the air, and it was the most exciting moment of my life. But I was there first, but it's okay because the chair got destroyed, so I guess we both won or something, or maybe we both lost. But that's my favorite memory of PD. That was awesome. There's this picture that one of the Ecuadorian people took. It is awesome.
I think there was a Sunday we were all playing jump rope, and then PD tried to jump rope with a belly flop. I thought that was really funny, but then I turned around to see what Sister Eunah was thinking, and I just saw her face, like, she was just smiling, and I thought it was really funny because they have such different personalities, but she just nods and smiles. that's my favorite memory of them.
My favorite thing about Pastor David would be obviously his humor. But more than his humor, especially when he preaches, PD, your vulnerability. But the way you preach, you don't just preach the gospel as a factual thing, but you preach it in a way where it applies to us. And a lot of times what I really respect about you is that while you preach, you even have like tears in your eyes because you have such a heart for others. You have such a heart for us, and you see how much we need Jesus. So when you preach, like the love that you have for us and the love you have for God, it definitely shows. So I think the fact that you are so relatable is one of your greatest strengths. One of the things that I really appreciate about you.
For Sister Eunah, I think the most coolest thing about her is she likes to how like she can comfort people with words of encouragement. That's one thing really awesome about Sister Eunah.
I know this is really like big to say, but if I were to express any kind of unconditional love within people, it'd have to be PD and Sister Eunah. The closest that I could get to unconditional.
The qualities that I like in PD is that to me he has a lot of humor, and I'm able to relate to it a lot because of the fact that he jokes around, you know, not all the time, but he jokes around about some of the topics, and so it keeps me interested, and it keeps me, especially when I was young and young in my faith, and I was like coming to church for the first time, it made me able to relate a lot more and actually like pay attention to it a lot more, because instead of just being strictly like a lecture or a sermon, it kind of drew me into it. And also the fact that he's able to relate and kind of bring himself down to our level a lot of times when he does speak. I think PD is really gifted in his ability to speak, and today's our first day back from the missions, and watching him speak to those kids like was a true testimony of the fact that he's able to like really reach down to talk to people on like different levels. He could basically wing anything. Even the last speech that he actually gave, he actually made up off the top of his head like at the last minute. It was probably one of the like most amazing ones that I saw when we were there, and it really touched me the way that I was able to relate to them, and that's what he does. He's able to relate to anyone no matter what, because he's been through it all, and so there's nothing that he hasn't seen or he hasn't experienced.
Sister's listening is probably the best of any person I've ever heard. She has this thing when you talk to her, you know she's listening because all she does is look at you. It doesn't have to be anybody. It could be the smallest thing, like you stubbed your toe that day, but she'll sit there and listen. PD, I will have to say is PD's patience. PD, you know, we've been working the ministry together for a while now, and you and I both know how hard it is sometimes and how stressful it is, but you're always patient, and you're always waiting on the Lord, and you've shown me time and time and again that, you know, no matter how hard it gets, it's out of our hands, and all we gotta do is trust and be patient. So those are probably their best qualities, I would say.
I think I like more on how they actually care about the church and the members here, and how Sister Eunah and Pastor David, their actions actually support one another, such as how Sister Eunah is so loving to all the members, and how PD is so accepting with everybody that is at this church. And
PD's like he's a strong man inside. He has a lot of patience, and he's very he's forgiving. Yeah. Someone you can rely on. Sister Eunah, she's always there for you. I remember like when I first met her, like she accepted me when I didn't even know her like that. This was back like in 2005. Like she's like a motherly figure, so it's really like an angel, you know.
For Sister Eunah, I think she's her best trait is she really has a servant's heart. She's constantly working for this church and serving God, and I see that all the time, and I know it's probably really exhausting to balance, you know, work and family life and a church community too. So I think it's amazing how she can keep that up and stay strong. Yeah.
I don't know if many people have said this about Sister Eunah, but a lot of people think that PD is the funny one, but Sister Eunah is really funny too. Like, sometimes she's a mean funny as well, and that's the best kind of funny because that's the funniest. She's funny, yeah. That's the best quality about her. I mean, of course, there's like her kindness, her cooking, but everyone already said that, so I will say her humor, not PD's humor.
I think both of them have a really strong quality, really strong trait of loving. And I think one time in leadership training, PD was saying that even if you like speak against me and do whatever you want to me, like I know like I will still love you, and I will still be able to pray for you and things like that. And that is something that I really look up to. And you know, that they are able to overcome evil with love. And like for Sister Eunah, like she is so loving, and she's always texting me and like checking out to like how my week is going, and you know, just like showing that she cares.
I would jump off a cliff.
Show us.
Oh, this is pretty tall.
Jump!
Ah! That was for you.
What if they wanted
fight a
cow?
polar bear.
A polar bear?
No, fight it!
I mean,
Hey, you even had a prop.
He's saying I'd probably do, most likely something funny, is dress up in like a Hello Kitty outfit and run around the streets, you know. Cartwheel, I don't know. Am I trying to break my neck? Yeah, we could try it. Alright, this is me attempting a cartwheel for you guys. Yay!
Thank you, PD and Sister Eunah.
Yeah, thank you guys for being committed to our church for so long and continuing to be committed. It's really helpful for the growth of us as individuals and as a church.
PD, Sister Eunah, I'm so grateful that you guys came to this church. When you first came, I was like, hey, I know that dude. And I was really excited because you're just right off the bat, you're very, you know, outgoing, and you're very loving, and so you were a perfect fit for us because we like to be outgoing to new people and like to welcome. So thank you very much for being a part, and for God for sending you, and yeah.
Hey, Sister Eunah and PD. I just want to thank you guys for everything, offering and opening up the church to us and everything, and always having that love for us, and always asking me if I need a ride in the morning. I just thank you guys for that, and yeah, thank you.
I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you pour into this church, for all the love, dedication, the tears, the prayers, the food, the everything. It means so much to everybody, and I know that so many people, they consider you their, like, you know, mother and father. You are everything that, you know, sometimes we find lacking in our own parents. But, you know, that love, like I said, it just covers everything. And we are just so thankful and grateful that, you know, God has put you as the head of this house. We know that all inheritance flows from the top down, and, you know, God has anointed you and Sister Eunah to be the mama and papa of our house. And I am so thankful for that, because you're teaching this next generation how to love, how to live, and how to be, you know, stronger and more faith-filled Christians. And we need more people in the world like you guys. There's so many people that, you know, have distorted what it is to be a Christ follower, but it's just, the love of Christ is just so pure in you guys. It's just an awesome thing to behold and to bear witness to. Thank you again so much. God bless you, both of you.
PD 힘내세요. 우리가 있잖아.